This is KGW News at Sunrise.
And it's unsustainable for our members, it's unsustainable for the community, and I'm hopeful we can find a pathway out of this.
First responders calling for action when it comes to the fentanyl crisis on city streets. Portland Fire and Rescue just had to handle the largest mass overdose event they've seen in years. The details coming up.
And students at Hazelbrook Middle School will go back to class this morning. A bomb threat kept them away. Coming up, the steps taken to ensure their security.
And we are also live this morning at French Prairie Gardens in St. Paul, where pumpkin patch season has arrived. And this morning we are one with the pumpkins. Wow. Christine, Brenda, Chris McGinnis. We will have a lot more from this family-friendly farm coming up this hour on Sunrise. I gotta put on my pumpkin hat this morning.
Oh my goodness.
There we go. Cute. Balancing the hat on my head. We will have more from French Prairie Gardens, from the pumpkin patch, coming up this hour on Sunrise. Don't go anywhere.
You know, I almost didn't even recognize him. I thought he was a pumpkin. He's all oranged out. He's got the pumpkin on top of his head. Anyway, good morning, everyone. Glad you're here with us. Lots to talk about this morning. We'll check in with Drew in a bit, but weather-wise, what are we expecting?
We had our dose of rain yesterday. We picked up about 1/3 of an inch. We are done with the rain. We are still cloudy, though, and that's what our live picture here from our Wells Fargo sky camera shows us. It's hard to see, right? It's still dark. We're still more than 2 hours away from sunrise, but it is also quite mild. 60 last check at PDX. Elsewhere, 58 in downtown. It's 57 in Tigard. We slip south into the Willamette Valley right now. Mid to upper 50s, pretty common here. Salem, 57. Corvallis, 58. Maybe an early sprinkle. Radar showing some light rain showers in the Cascades and possibly the Coast Range. That stuff will fizzle pretty quickly. The clouds will linger for a while, but eventually we see some sunshine. I've got Portland topping out at 67 degrees this afternoon. We get warmer from there, and I'll show you that with the 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Let's get you out the door with a live look at the roads. Got some trouble in the westbound Vista Ridge Tunnel. A disabled vehicle there has the westbound right lane blocked. Hopefully we'll get that out of the way soon. There's the live look at Wilsonville. I-5 northbound traffic rolling right along. One trouble spot just north of Salem. ODOT reporting a crash near Perkins Road on I-5 northbound. You can see, though, with the green on the traffic map, Brenda, it looks like we're getting around just fine.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Later this morning, students at Hazelbrook Middle School in Tualatin will return to class.
Yeah, a bomb threat at the school forced an evacuation on Friday, and classes there were also canceled yesterday. The FBI and police investigated and said the threat was not credible.
Devin Haskins is live outside the school this morning. Devin, security there top of mind this morning.
Oh, it is. Yeah. And the district says even though that threat was not deemed credible, they'll still have extra security, extra school resource officers, and more of just an adult presence here at the school today when students return in just a few hours. They say it's all out of an abundance of caution. Now, this all stems from a viral video that was shared across social media that shows one student violently attacking another in the hallway here. The district said the video was part of a social media challenge of taping fights or threats and then posting them online to get views. Conservative activists claimed without confirmation the attacker was transgender based on the student's appearance and clothes. The district said there was no connection to that and that the hate was fueling even more of the fire around the video. Then late last week, those threats were made to the school and staff. Again, those threats were found not to be credible. The person in that video, the attacker, is under investigation by police. They have been arrested. No word, though, yet on what those charges are. School starts again in just a few hours here at Hazelbrook Middle School.
Thank you, Devin. Well, today in Seattle, the trial begins for 3 Tacoma police officers charged in the death of a 33-year-old black man. Manuel Ellis died in March of 2020 after a confrontation with police. All 3 officers are facing manslaughter charges. The trial is expected to last 2 to 3 months. Jury deliberations are set to begin in early December.
We now know the names of 2 people involved in a deadly shooting over the weekend involving a sheriff's deputy in Polk County. Deputy Mike Smith was hurt in that shooting on Highway 22 near Salem Saturday afternoon. It started when police tried to stop a car for a traffic violation. After a car chase, investigators say one of the 3 people inside got out, ran away, and shot at Smith and other law enforcement. That person was arrested. An 18-year-old inside the car died because of that gunfire, while a 3rd person is okay. Deputy Smith has been placed on administrative leave, which is standard practice.
A group of homeless people in Portland have filed a lawsuit over the city's daytime camping ban. The ban prohibits camping on public property from 8 in the morning until 8 at night. The lawsuit argues that violates the state constitution if the city can't ensure the campers have somewhere to go. Lawyers for the plaintiffs are trying to get a temporary restraining order to stop enforcement of the ban before it even begins.
And the reason that I jumped in as a declarant on the lawsuit is that everyone belongs somewhere.
A spokesperson for the mayor's office tells us the city does plan to begin enforcement soon and will give the community a 2-week heads up.
First responders are sounding the alarm after responding to what they're describing as the largest mass overdose they've seen in years. This happened yesterday around 10 a.m. at the North Park blocks. Once Portland Fire and Rescue crews arrived, they say they found 8 people who had overdosed. All were in their late teens or early 20s. Fire officials say the group had snorted a white powder they believe was laced with fentanyl. They were treated with Narcan, and 4 had to go to the hospital.
It's one of the most dangerous things we do with regard to how we interact in the community. And these people are up all night responding on what we've normalized. And it's unsustainable for our members. It's unsustainable for the community. And I'm hopeful we can find a pathway out of this.
No word yet on the conditions of the 4 people who were taken to the hospital.
Now to a warning about sewage in the Willamette River. The Portland Bureau of Environmental Services is telling people to stay out of the water between the Fremont and Morrison bridges. 11,000 gallons of sewage poured into the river after a pump malfunctioned overnight. Officials call that amount low, but still advise people and their pets to stay out of that stretch for at least the next 48 hours.
Yeah, good to take note for sure. Okay, Chris, weather-wise, I mean, we've seen a lot of rain, but you talked a little bit about a warm-up later this weekend, right?
Yeah, so about 3/10 of an inch of rain yesterday. It was a little late getting here, as we mentioned. We expected it to be here by lunchtime. It took a little while, but once it did, it rained. And now the rain is on its way out.
Okay.
So yeah, Eastern Oregon actually still seeing a little bit of light rain. We also are seeing some light sprinkles in the Cascade foothills and across parts of the Oregon and Washington Coast Range. We'll go out just a little bit wider, and this is over the last 6 hours. Our storm system that brought the rain yesterday is now pushing off to the east. We still have some sprinkles across the Blues, the Wallowas, and extreme eastern Oregon, getting out into Baker County, getting out towards the Ontario area as well. That is on its way off to the east. So let's track it for you with Futurecast. Our computer modeling does a pretty good job, I think, of picking up the fact that with the flow still coming in off the Pacific, the Coast Range lifts that moist flow and accentuates the cloud cover. Same story in the Cascades. So we're going to be socked in, I think, for a little while this morning. And we may yet squeeze out some sprinkles for a little while west side of the state, especially in the higher terrain of the Cascades and the Coast Range. But for the most part, the Willamette Valley and the I-5 corridor is generally dry today. Eventually, cloud cover clears out. We should see some sunshine heading into this afternoon. All right, let's fast forward 24 hours. With a clear sky overnight and the recent rainfall, fog a pretty good bet tomorrow morning. This is Wednesday at 7 a.m. and our modeling doing a good job of picking up that. That will erode. We'll see a good deal of sunshine again tomorrow and Thursday and Friday. And to Christine's point about the warm-up, there's a big warm-up in our 7-day forecast. Right now, it is relatively mild out there. It's 60 at PDX, the big perspective across the state, 57 Pendleton, the Dalles, Salem, Tillamook, all checking in with 57 degrees. The plan for today at the beach, maybe an early sprinkle, otherwise some afternoon sunshine with highs in the 60s for Astoria. Getting out towards the Columbia River Gorge, we're talking near 70 in the Dalles with some early sprinkles. And then afternoon clearing, and Central Oregon looks pretty good as well. I've got you guys going partly to mostly sunny this afternoon. Bend gets up to about 65. Maybe some early showers out towards Baker City. Burns, LeGrand, you folks are already starting to dry out, and that will continue as we head into the afternoon. up and down the I-5 corridor. Temperatures climb into the upper 60s today. And then we get a little warmer as we get into midweek. I've got fog to sunshine tomorrow, 68. And then check this out. 2, maybe 3 days in the 80s. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Our record high, Drew, on Saturday is 83. What a weekend to be out and about, right?